Okay, we are now live. Hi guys, this is Aztec Soccer Colored Style. As you know, the show that brings you all the latest in football and football-related news. And today we're going to do another segment of Meet the Members. As Brandon is our third member that we have on this section. The first one we had Ashlyn de Kok straight from Moscow in Russia. Then we had Mr. Tom Fairby from Kent in the UK. And now we have a local boy from Durban, Mr. Brandon Rayner. Hi Brandon, how are you, man?
How's it? I'm fine. I'm fine. How are you doing today?
No, no, no. We are good, man. We are good. We can't complain. We just wanted to know, before we head off into the interesting stuff, how are things there in Durban at this time? Have things settled, or are they still busy?
So I'm not in Durban at the moment. I'm in Gauteng. Just came here for work, but my family and all, it's still volatile there. It's still not good to be there. Still buildings are burning up. They're lighting up new buildings. There's no food. There's no petrol. Now,
Yo,
yeah, it's a bad situation in Durban and in South Africa.
yeah, man. And on Gauteng side, how's it going there? Apparently, they also started with some dangerous stuff there, but has it settled down a bit, or are there more order there than in Durban?
Durban is the hardest hit because they started there. That's where the looting and the chaos started. In Gauteng, there's certain areas like Alexandra, and then you got certain other areas. But where I am staying in Centurion, nothing has been affected as yet.
Okay, so you in Centurion. Yeah, no, it's nice there. I hope the security just keeps themselves and the police also keep themselves visible. I don't think they'll take any chances if there's enough visibility of the police force and something like that. But yeah, man, off from the negative stuff, let's just head into the show. So the first question that I have is, who is Brandon Rayner?
Okay, so I'm from South Africa, as we were speaking, South Africa, Durban. I'm a Manchester United supporter. Um, I know it's very difficult to support Man United at a time like this, but yeah, they say you must support the club in the ups and the downs. It's been a downtime for very long. We lost one the league nine years ago, so yeah, it's a very long time. But I'm a Man United supporter. Have been supporting Man United for as long as I can remember. I think I was 7 years old or 8 years old when I started supporting Man United. My favorite player back then that drew me to Man United was David Beckham. So yeah, that was my favorite player. And then right now, got a few players that I support. Pogba, Messi. Yeah, Messi, the greatest player of all time. I'm tipping Messi to win Ballon d'Or. He won the Copa America, fantastic in the Copa America, carried that Argentina team. So I'm tipping him to win Ballon d'Or. Once he wins that seventh Ballon d'Or, I think the GOAT um, conversation will be finally over. So that's who I am, Manchester United supporter.
Okay, man, just before I ask the second part of this question, I have to differ with you. Just on the GOAT conversation being finished. Yeah, I don't. This is Messi's first time of actually getting international fame, getting international glory. But in terms of the Barcelona team, he hasn't actually showed up this season or the season past. The same with Ronaldo. I think they are nearing the end now, Brandon. But that is a show for another time. I need a big panel of guys to discuss this thing. We had one debate. The very first show that I actually had, we had this debate: who is the best between Messi and Ronaldo. And yeah, at that point of time, the stats were similar to each other, except that Ronaldo just won him on in terms of when he won the Euros, and Messi didn't win any international trophies. But now I think both of them are on par. So now it's only going to, as you mentioned, that you are tipping Messi to win this one. Don't you think there are other players that deserves it more than Messi?
I don't know. Probably only. No, no. Let me not say
Are
I
you
don't
still
know.
there, Brandon?
Yeah, I'm here. Can you hear me?
Brandon, you still there?
Can you hear me?
Brandon?
Hello? Yep. Can you hear me? Hello?
Yeah, yeah, I can hear you, but you're breaking. Yeah, now you're back. You're buffering a bit. I just asked the question. Don't you think there's players that deserves the Ballon d'Or this season more than Messi or Ronaldo?
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, the only play, not Ronaldo. Ronaldo's not even in the conversation. He's done nothing, absolutely nothing. Probably it's
Yeah.
only Lewandowski. There's no one else. There's absolutely no one else. You must understand something about Ballon d'Or. It's elite level. It's elite. It's not Jorginho that's winning whatever he's winning. You can't put players like that in Ballon d'Or. They've never won Ballon d'Or, those type of players. Ballon d'Or is elite level players. When you're watching the game of football, you must be wowed when these players play. You don't get wowed when you see Jorginho playing. He does nothing fantastic. So it's either Lewandowski or Messi. That's who it is.
Okay, on that thing about elite players, why did Modric then win it? Because I don't
Modric.
get wild when Modric plays.
No, man. If you watch the game of football, I mean that guy does things in the midfield that probably only maybe you'll see Pogba doing, or maybe Thiago Alcantara at Bayern Munich. But he's fantastic on the ball, fantastic, fantastic. And even the Modric Ballon d'Or. Remember that it was supposed to go to Ronaldo, but Ronaldo left Real Madrid, and there's politics in football. And clubs like Real
Yeah,
Madrid and Barcelona, they running football. They run on the field and off the field. They running football. That's why when you play games at those stadiums, all the decisions go their way. All the decisions. You'll see 89 minutes Real Madrid need to win the game, they get a penalty. You see those decisions happening all the time at the Bernabeu. So there's politics in football, there's corruption in football, there's things that are happening outside that we as fans, we don't think. We just think, oh, everything, what's happening on the field, that's it. No, there's things that are happening behind the scenes. There's reasons why Manchester United under Ferguson they used to call it Fergie time. Where did that time come from? Where? When the
yeah.
minutes are up, for 4 minutes, 4 minutes extra time, it's up. But they'll add on a few more seconds because United's on the ball and allow Man United to score. Where do you think these things came from? So Modric winning the Ballon d'Or, it was supposed to go to Ronaldo, but because he left Madrid and he left on a bad way, so Perez is running football. He's a big man in football. So yeah, he made a decision. No, I'm not going to give a guy that left my club, and they gave Modric. But even so, you're talking about Modric. Modric in his position is elite. Whoever won the Ballon d'Or, Jorginho, is not elite. That boy is not even world class. That boy is not even very good. He's just an average player. I mean, you can't tell me one thing that he does good. Passing, even in that, there's better than passing than him. So who do you think must win the Ballon d'Or besides Messi or Lewandowski?
Okay, cool, man. Listen, you're just breaking up a bit there on the comments. I don't know if it's from your side or my side, but you're buffering a bit. But yeah, I tend to agree with you. There is a lot of politics going on behind the scenes, and I think Real Madrid and Barcelona are in real deep trouble because of those politics. If you can see at the type of players they're letting go now. There's talks about Varane joining you guys. Sergio Ramos already left. Messi taking pay cuts. The guys on the big wages, they are also in trouble. So I think those success and all those politics involved, it came at a real high price. So now is the time to pick up some Barcelona and Real Madrid players for bargain prices. I think they didn't run the club profitably enough. I think they were just making major signings just for selling shirts and stuff, but now it's biting them. What do you make of the current situation at those two big clubs?
Okay, can you still hear me? Am I buffering still?
No, no, you're good. You're good.
What was the question? What do I make of the signings?
I was asking those decisions that you're talking about, the politics and those stuff involved, and now that we see the situation with Real Madrid and Barcelona selling players for cheap.
Derrick, hello? Derrick, Derrick. Okay, well, Derrick asked about Barcelona, Real Madrid. So when it comes to Real Madrid, it's not about bad decisions. I think Real Madrid are one of the best run clubs in world football. Best run clubs. They sign players for a certain price, and all the players that they sell, they make a profit of. Even the players that are squad players, they they sell them for big money. So Real Madrid are one of the best run clubs. The reason why Real Madrid are in a financial crisis is because they're building a new stadium. So all their money is going into a stadium. Last season, Real Madrid sold players for the value of 100 million. They pocketed 100 million euros on player sales. I don't know many other clubs that can do that with squad players. So that's Real Madrid's story. They building a stadium. So that's where their money is going to. With regards to Barcelona, they've been making catastrophic decisions. Now that is a club that's run badly under the former president Bartomeu. Poor signings, and it all started from Neymar. The minute they sold Neymar, where they were powerless because Neymar had a release clause. So PSG activated that release clause, and Barcelona went into panic mode once Neymar got sold. They did not have any recovery plan from Neymar. Derrick, you back?
Still there, man.
Derrick,
Yes, I can still.
yes, I'm here. Derrick, yeah, I'm here. Can you hear me?
Yeah, man. Listen, I don't know what just happened now. It just got knocked off. What I was asking about Real Madrid and Barcelona and the situation that they're currently in financially. Um, what do you make of that situation?
Okay, so I explained to the viewers when you were off, I was talking. I explained to the viewers what's happening in Real Madrid. Um, it's not that Real Madrid made poor decisions. It's not that got anything to do with how they run.
Connection
Real Madrid are,
problems.
huh?
Brandon, are you still there?
Yeah. Hello?
Experiencing these type of connection issues right now. But as soon as Brandon joins us, and those sorts of players. I just think that Barcelona still has what it takes. I think they have enough players. I think they have enough quality players on this side to take this league or to just at least make it more attractive this year around for La Liga. But I also do think that they need to strengthen, but they already did strengthen a lot. But I think that they still need to strengthen a lot more in terms of what they need to produce on the field because guys like Frenkie de Jong and guys like um, Ansu Fati, those type of guys, they still need to show what they can do. Let me just try and get my guest back on here because I think we had some technical issues. Yeah, that was Brandon, guys. As you can hear, he's a very passionate fan. He also has his own YouTube channel. We didn't even get to around to discuss that already. Okay, here we have him back. We have him back. We have him back. We have him back. Brandon, are you back with us, man?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah, solid, man, solid. We had some connection issues, but I was trying just to continue. Please, man, before we get another connection issue, I would just like to know what you think about the situation in Barcelona and Real Madrid currently with their financial crisis.
Can you hear me? Hello? Derrick? Hello?
Yeah, I can hear you.
You breaking up, eh? You're breaking up. I don't know what's wrong with the connection. Derrick, Derrick, can you hear me now? Derrick, hello? Derrick.
Yeah, guys. So as we hit back, we apologize for that little technical error that we just experienced. We're gonna have Brandon with us, joining us in the next couple of seconds. Yeah. So we were speaking about Messi and Ronaldo and the volatile situation that those clubs are actually in La Liga, because there's a lot of stuff happening over there in La Liga. Um, which is not good. And Brandon just mentioned that there's a lot of politics that go behind when it comes to Real Madrid and when it comes to Barcelona and those sort of stuff and those big teams. And now we have Brandon back joining us. Brandon, how's it sound?
Yes, I'm back. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you perfectly. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Cool, bro. I don't think we should have any more problems. Okay. I think we shouldn't ask that question anymore, because as soon as I ask, what do you think is happening there in La Liga with Real Madrid and Messi and those sort of stuff, we just get knocked off. But can we give it one more try? What do you think? What is the current situation like there, and why is Barcelona and Real Madrid selling their players at such cheap prices?
Okay, when it comes to Real Madrid, I don't. Real Madrid are one of the best run clubs in world football. One of the best, and the reason why they're in the financial situation they are in is because they're building a new stadium. They're renovating their stadium. So when you're doing that, that's hundreds of millions. So all the money that they are making, which is not a lot because of the pandemic, they are putting it into their stadium. So when you're building a stadium, like when Tottenham builds a stadium, you can't spend any money. You don't have money to spend. So that's why they're in the financial crisis that they are in. Also, coupled with COVID, they lost money due to COVID. The president came out and said they made a 400 million loss. And that's why he was pushing the Super League, because he said that no one's going to cover these expenses of this loss of 400. It's only the Super League that can cover this. So Real Madrid are one of the best run clubs in world football. Real Madrid sold players last season, squad players, and it amounted to 100 million euros. Which other club can you tell me that can do that? Do you know of another club that can do that?
Only Manchester United.
Maybe to sell squad players, and it amounts to 100 million euros, brother. This is not starting 11 players, because any club can sell starting 11 players and get 100 million. Squad players, James Rodriguez, those boys there, they were selling, and they made 100 million euros. So there's no other team that can do that. So when it comes to Barcelona, Barcelona are a poorly run team. They are badly, badly run. And that was because of their former president, Bartomeu. That's why they voted him out. Barcelona went into crisis mode when they sold Neymar. They had no plan. No plan after that. They were buying the worst of players, paying 100 and something million for Ousmane Dembele that done nothing in football. That's flopped and is still flopping right now as we speak. So Barcelona are a badly run club. It looks like things might get better because the president is there. However, in the near future, they are still going to struggle because they don't have any money.
Thank you, Brandon. Thank you very much. I'm glad we got that one out of the way right now. Let's head to our second question. But most of these questions you answered in your opening speech, but I'm just going to go into detail. So, what are your earliest memories of football?
It's David Beckham. David Beckham whooping in crosses. That's my earliest memory of football. I've just seen that number 7, Manchester United's iconic number 7. And yeah, that's my earliest memories of football. David Beckham. David
Okay,
Beckham, and then also seeing Dwight York and Andy Cole scoring goals. And then from there, I've seen Ruud van Nistelrooy killing the Premier League.
yeah, yeah. Listen, before we go further, that one I just want to talk about, Ruud van Nistelrooy. I think he was one of the most potent strikers at the time. I think he was a quality player. I think he had all the attributes that was needed to win the Ballon d'Or at that point of time. But still, players like him didn't even get it. So, why do you think that this Ballon d'Or thing is actually really stated on? Besides the fact that it's politics, do you think there's an actual criteria where they are being measured for this thing? Because a guy like Ruud van Nistelrooy, a guy like Wayne Rooney even should have won this thing on their best days, but still it went to other players. What do you think the reason for that is?
We must understand, when Ruud van Nistelrooy was playing, there were some serious footballers. Serious. There was Ronaldo, R9. There was Zinedine Zidane. There was Figo.
There was
There was
Henry.
big brother
There was Henry that time also.
Henry as well. There were some serious footballers, but even Thierry Henry, he is not in the league of Zinedine Zidane and R9. He's not in that league. That's what I'm talking about. Elite footballers, like the very, very, very top. Henry is world class, and Henry is one of the best strikers in the Premier League, probably the best that we've had in the Premier League. But you're talking about Ronaldo Nazario. You're talking about Zinedine Zidane. When you watch football, you see that the things that these guys are doing, there's no one in the world that can do these things. No one. So when you're looking at the Ballon d'Or, and I look over the years, I can't pick faults with any of the people that have won Ballon d'Or because they are elite players. Elite. People are saying Wesley Sneijder should have won it in 2010 because he won everything. Okay, you're winning everything. That puts you maybe in the context. That puts you maybe to challenge for Ballon d'Or. But
Yeah.
Wesley Sneijder does not have anything elite about him. There's nothing when I watch Sneijder doing and I be like, wow, there's no other player in world football that can do that. And that's what Ballon d'Or is judged on. It's about players that have this elite ability that when you watch them doing something, there's no one else in the world that can do what they're doing. So if you're going to start giving Ballon d'Ors to Wesley Sneijder, then you have to go back and give Xavi. And you have to go back and give Iniesta. So
Yeah.
that's why I say, for me, people are talking about Jorginho. You cannot give that boy. His talent doesn't warrant it. His talent will never warrant a Ballon d'Or. I don't know, who do you think should win it this year?
No, in my bracket, I really think that Messi and Ronaldo should be out of the equation this year. Just because, yeah, I know they are elite players. I know they've done a lot for their teams. I know over the years they've done it. And Messi also now with this Copa win, puts him right front and center to win this thing again. But yeah, I would also rather go for the underrated players this season. I would go for the Lewandowski. I would go for the Kante. Actually, Kante for me, I think he's a contender. But the reason that France got knocked out of the Euro so early just puts him out of that equation. So for me, Messi winning this thing is probably a given, just because he's the one that got the international trophy. But then we have players like Jorginho and Emerson winning everything, winning the Champions League, winning the Europa for Italy after 55 years or 60 years or whatever the case may be. That should put you in a bracket to win something because you have won it this year. Why? Why now? Just because you don't have that elite ability that Messi or Ronaldo has, you suddenly out of the equation. The guys who work the hardest doesn't get seen. Jorginho and Kante are two of those examples. Lewandowski is a robot, man. He's been knocking in goals 50 per season each and every year, winning quadruplets, winning everything. But he doesn't even get mentioned. What do you think the reason for that is? Because Lewandowski is the actual real contender for me right now to get this thing.
100%. That's what I'm telling you. It's Lewandowski or it's Messi. And if Messi don't win it, then you have to look at Lewandowski. If they don't want to give it to Messi, sorry, then it has to be Lewandowski. He's challenging Messi at this time. But you have to understand something, bro, is that Ballon d'Or is not just judged on your collective, your team trophies. As I gave you the example of Sneijder. Sneijder won it all. He won the treble with Inter Milan. And he still did not win Ballon d'Or because it is not just about you winning trophies with your team. At the end of the day, what was your contribution? Did you carry that team to do it? And the
Yeah.
answer is not Jorginho. Jorginho is not carrying a team, brother. When you watch Jorginho playing football, he's not carrying no one. When you carrying anyone, bro, can you name me can you name me 3 iconic moments that Jorginho had for Chelsea? You can't.
No, I can't.
How many man of the matches has he won for Chelsea? Literally won't even be more than a handful for the season. When you
Yeah.
as you call it with Messi, Messi's got the most man of the matches out of this whole season, out of this whole year, sorry. The most man of the matches. You look at Messi's goals, he scored the most goals in La Liga. He scored the most goals and most assists in the Copa America. These are individual stats that show you that these players are elite. Jorginho, there is no elite, brother. The man got no assists. No assists. No goals. So he's scoring penalties. And even in that, he's not scoring many. He's missing. So there's nothing there. With Kante, The only thing that puts Kante there is he won the Champions League. But as I said, it's not just down to you winning your collective trophy. They're looking at, did you carry the team? Were you the main player in that team? And for Jorginho, the answer is no. For Kante, maybe. Maybe for Chelsea. But as you're saying, in France, he died. And he had a bad performance in the Euros. So you have to knock Kante out. Lewandowski is carrying Bayern Munich. So he's in the equation. So when you're looking at Ballon d'Or, it's, yes, number one, also, they look at your trophies that you won for your team. But also they're looking at your individual ability. Are you topping charts in your position? Messi's topping charts. Lewandowski's topping charts. CR7, he had a poor campaign, but he's still topping charts. So you can't give it to these players that are not doing anything fantastic. They're not carrying their team. Chelsea, with or without Jorginho, will win. I don't know if you agree with him, but they will.
No. It's not if I agree or don't disagree. That's your opinion, and you're entitled to your opinion, and that's what makes football so nice, because each and everyone sees the game differently, and each and everyone sees each and everyone's attributes a bit differently. The only thing I would add to that is, some people argue to say that, for Messi in Barcelona, it is far more easier than any other guys. The league is easier. The type of opponents that he gets is easier, and the fact that there's a lot of politics going into that. So I'm not denying the fact that Messi is brilliant, but he died in the Champions League. He died. He died. There was no Messi there. There was nothing there. So in terms of that, I would disagree with you into saying that Messi or Ronaldo does not deserve to win that thing this year. Who deserves to win it? That's a totally different conversation. But Messi and Ronaldo, not for me this season, because Messi now, like I said, this Copa puts him now front and center to win it. They were just waiting for something like this so that Messi can actually get the thing. You understand what I'm saying? They were waiting for Messi to do something good. Even if he just got to the final, they would have still given it to him and said, yeah, he got Argentina to the final. Yeah, he had 5 goals, 4 assists, a lot of man of the match performances in this whole Copa. But yeah, like I said, that's a totally different thing. Let's head to the other question, and you also answered this one. You answered you are Manchester United supporter because of David Beckham knocking in free kicks all the while. But could you just elaborate a little bit more on that one?
So yeah, I think for a lot of people, when you grow up and Manchester United kid, when you grow up, you look at players. Players catch your eye when you're growing up and you're playing in the park with your friends at 7 years old, 8 years old. You put yourself as a player. For example, I would play in the park and I'll say I'm David Beckham, and I'll say watch me whip the free kick in like David Beckham, because he was an iconic figure in world football at that time. That's why he went to Madrid. And I don't know if you saw the leaks that Pires. Did you see the Pires leaks?
No, not yet.
Yeah, apparently there's leaks of Pires, the Florentino Pires, the Real Madrid manager. There's leaks of him speaking on players. So he spoke on David Beckham when David Beckham moved to Madrid, and he said David Beckham's making them the most money. He's making them the most money. David Beckham was the first player that you saw take football into the modeling industry. Yeah. And he was amazing in that. So what you've seen Ronaldo doing right now, CR7, David Beckham done that years ago. He was the first person to do that. Make underwear, become a model, ambassador. He was the first person to take it that big. So and when I looked
at still play football. They were doing modeling but still playing football at the highest level. Not like some of these new models, who are just models, but when it comes to football pitch, they can't do jack.
Who are you talking about? Neymar?
Yeah. He always would take leave for his sister's birthday. I'm thinking he's a fashion model or something.
No, you see what Neymar, one of my favorite players as well. I love him. But I'm also a Barcelona player. So when you're talking about the question there, I'm a Barcelona supporter, sorry. When you're talking about your question there, Man United and Barcelona. Barcelona's my team in Spain. Man United's in England. But Neymar made a bad decision in his career. He should have never moved to PSG. Yeah. Never. When you look at the greats, Ronaldinho, he left PSG to go to Barca. Neymar reversed it. He left Barca to go to PSG. You don't make that move. The pinnacle of football is Real Madrid and Barcelona. That's the pinnacle. When you're playing at this team, you cannot go anywhere else. Even if you go to Man United, it is a step down. If you go to Bayern Munich, it is a step down. So he made a wrong move, and he's in a club where no one can tell him anything. That's why you say he takes every year he goes to his sister's birthday. He was not doing that at Barcelona because he couldn't. So when you're at a club like PSG, he's bigger than PSG.
Yeah.
But when you're and Madrid, you are not bigger than them. They will sell you. Madrid do it all the time. They've done it with Ronaldo. They sold Ronaldo. They just sold Ramos. They're selling Varane. There's no one bigger than Real Madrid. And that's why I tell you, they're one of the best run clubs in the world. They sell whoever and they still stay at the top.
No. I fully agree with you. Barcelona and Real Madrid are the pinnacle of football. And I hope it stays that way because they do play nice football. And I think that Roland Koeman is not the right manager to take Barcelona forward. I don't think he has any credibility to take him forward. Listen, man, this guy was at Southampton. Yeah, he brought Southampton from a 10th place club into European positions, and then he went to Everton. And at Everton, he did nothing. And after that, he went to the Dutch national team. He got sacked for doing nothing. And then Barcelona fixed him. I think that was a wrong move. And I think that was hand in hand with Barcelona's performances and the decline. What do you think?
100%. 100%. He's not good enough. He was never good enough. As you say, his CV is not good enough. That's why I get on Manchester United's manager. When their CV is not good enough, there's nothing on their CV that says they should get the job. Ronald Koeman was appointed under the former regime, under Bartomeu. He was the president. So everything was wrong. They were signing the wrong players. With now Ronald Koeman, they signed Ronald Koeman. Now they've got a new president, Laporta. He's coming, and the only reason why Koeman is still there is because they can't get anyone else. They tried for Hansi Flick that left Bayern Munich. Hansi Flick told him, I'm going to Germany. I'm going to become the German national team manager. So they only got Koeman because they can't get anyone else. But I expect Koeman to be sacked end of this new season should he not win the La Liga.
Do you think he's going to get the full season?
It depends. I don't know. It depends how bad they're playing. You know, if they play badly, like at Barca and Madrid, they don't have patience. If they give you maybe 10 games, in those 10 games at any time of the season, and they see you dropping points, losing, drawing, winning, drawing, roller coaster like Man United and Arsenal. If they see you on that form, they sack you. So, provided he does not go on that form, he'll stay there till the end of the season. But if he goes on that losing and drawing for maybe 10 games, inconsistent, they can sack him. But who are they going to replace him? I know they want Xavi, but Xavi right now doesn't want to come because he knows he may ruin his legacy coming to this Barca, where this Barca is not ready to win.
Yeah. They're not even playing like a Barcelona team that we used to. There's no tiki-taka. There's no, they are not Barcelona. But thanks for that, man. Just to head into our last little question, Manchester United transfers and updates. As you can see, I have the new kit for you there, posted nicely. Do you like it?
Horrible.
Yeah.
Look how plain. They just got the badge, they got Adidas, and they got Team Viewer. What is that?
What is Team Viewer? What is Team Viewer?
That's their sponsor, their t-shirt sponsor, but I think Team Viewer is like it's an app or something.
Okay. What can you tell us about Manchester United transfers so far? I know Sancho came there. I know there's talks about Varane. But you as a United supporter, can you give us a bit more detail on how far are you in your transfer season or window so far?
So United have signed Sancho. He's done his medicals. They're just going to announce it. If they don't announce it today, they'll announce it tomorrow for sure. But Sancho is done. The deal is done. We're just waiting for the official announcement to see him in the shirts as well. We signed him for 73 million. Excellent transfer. To sign a player like Jadon Sancho for that money, that is an excellent deal. I think that's how much you'll pay for Nicolas Pepe.
Yeah. But listen. To add to that, Jadon Sancho is a name. That's all he is currently. The same as Pepe. Remember when Pepe came from the French league? They were winning the league. He was the top assist. He was the top goal scorer. He came to us. It took him time to adapt. And at the back end of last season, yeah, he actually showed what his money is all about. He started assisting and he started scoring goals. Jadon Sancho, he has done nothing for England in this total Euros. And I saw him playing for Dortmund there over in Germany. That's an easy league. Um, I don't think that you know why Jadon Sancho is so expensive. You know, because he's an English player. And they need to hype up his price tag. But for me, I would buy a guy like Jadon Sancho for 18 million. Probably 17 or 18 million, but not even 20 million. Because to me,
Right.
no, seriously, to me, he's nothing better than a Rashford or a Greenwood or whatever you have there currently. He's not an upgrade on them. He's not an upgrade on. And we're going to come back to this interview once the season starts and once the season ends. And I'm going to tell you, you see there, he didn't even score 10 goals this season, didn't even make 10 assists. That's my view on him.
He'll score 10 goals. He'll score 10 goals. That's easy. Maybe not in the league, but in the season, of course, he will.
So why do you think they went for a player like him? Do they need a player like Jadon Sancho, and what makes him different from Rashford and from Greenwood and from James and from Lingard? What makes him different?
Okay, well, first of all, Jadon Sancho is one of the best young players in the world at Dortmund. You can say what you want about the German league. That they still get that rating of no matter which league you're playing in. If you're producing the numbers he's produced, Derrick, the numbers for consecutive seasons he's been producing. It's not Nicolas Pepe that played one good season for Lille. One good season.
For Lille, yeah.
Jadon Sancho, for 3 consecutive seasons, has been assisting and scoring high numbers. The one season he had 17 goals, 16 assists. And it's been consistent like that. So he's one of the best young footballers in the world. Yes, he done it in Germany. He has to come and prove it in England. 100% I agree with you. And I will agree with you as well. I don't expect him to be producing the numbers that he produced at Dortmund and Man United. I don't. But I expect him to be an upgrade on our right wing. We need a right winger. We haven't had a right winger since we sold Ronaldo, Cristiano Ronaldo.
Yeah.
So he's going to come in on that right wing. So we needed a player like him. Then we go to the transfers that Varane. We might sign Varane. There's rumors that Madrid are going to sell him. There's rumors that he wants a new challenge. But for me, it's not about the challenge. For me, he's coming here because we're offering him more money. He wants money. Madrid do not want to. Madrid don't pay their players big wages. They don't. That's a misconception. The only players that get the big wages is the Ronaldos. The other players are not on big money. Go and look at what Toni Kroos is on. He's not on big money. Casemiro. These guys are not on big money. That's why I tell you Madrid is one of the best run clubs. So he knows to come to United as a paycheck. He's getting a massive paycheck. United will pay you anything you want because we're one of the richest clubs in the world. So he's coming here for money. It's got nothing to do with football. Because if it's footballing reasons, you stay at Madrid. You don't come to Manchester United, or you go to PSG, or you go to Bayern Munich, or you go to City, or even Chelsea. You do not come to Man United. So he's coming here purely because of money, and also he's coming on the back of some poor form. Varane has not been playing good. For about 2 seasons, he hasn't been playing good. That's why even if you speak to Real Madrid fans, they will tell you they're okay with Varane leaving because he's not been playing good. So this is the player we're getting, and at Man United, we just have to hope that he can pick it up. Because even in the Euros, he had one good game in the Euros. The other games, he was poor. With the game they got knocked out, he was poor. He was at fault for one of the goals. Probably 2. I would say even 2. So, yeah, don't transfer rumors, and then maybe a right back will sign. But I just think it's Varane and then the window.
Do you think that Varane and Harry Maguire would knock up a good partnership back there?
I think they would. I think they would. But I think because United, how we play, we don't concede many goals. United we don't give away many chances when we play teams. You won't come and verse United and be scoring 4 or 5 goals or having 4 big chances. Let's just say having 4 big chances. That's a very rare when you play United, because United play with 2 holding midfielders. So you have to get up. You have to get past those holding midfielders before you can talk to Varane and Maguire. So he will have insurance in front of him. So I don't expect us to be carved open. I expect us to go up a level because Varane will complement Maguire, but I still expect us not to. I don't think they'll form an elite partnership. I don't think it'll be a world-class partnership. I just think it'll be a solid partnership.
Okay, cool, man. Do you think that you're going to be challenging this season for the title, or do you think the likes of Chelsea, City, and Liverpool is going to run the race forward, and we're going to all be behind them?
Yeah, I think it's as you said. I think it's Liverpool, Chelsea, and City. And I think it depends on, for City to win the league, or I think it depends on who they sign. If they go into the new season with these players, which they won't, but I'm just saying if they do, then I say Chelsea to win the league. I think my money's on Chelsea. But if City sign someone like Kane and Grealish, because there's rumors,
Yeah.
then you have to say, if they sign those 2 players, you have to just give them the league, because there's no way we can compete. But if they only sign Kane, I still think Chelsea and Liverpool can compete with them. Man United, I don't think United will never compete as long as that guy is there as the manager. He is United's biggest problem, because on paper, Man United got one of the best teams on paper in the league. On
Yeah.
paper, fantastic squad, world-class squad. Man United with Jadon Sancho now and just say Varane, that squad is good enough to win whatever you want to win. If you want to win the Champions League, you can go win it with that squad. Pogba, Bruno behind him. Are you kidding me? You can win it. But the problem that lets us down is like the same thing that lets England down is the manager.
Yeah.
The manager, they will get your hopes up high. They'll take you there to the mountain and they'll drop you before you can reach the top. That's what happened. That's what happened with England. England got a manager that relegated a football club in the Premier League. So they bought this manager, they hyped him up, and they hyped him up because this man, he had one of the best squads in the Euros. And they burst.
If not the best squad.
100%, the best squad in the Euros. And they versed opposition that they were supposed to beat. There was no one that was testing them. Only until they came to the final that they versed a really good team. And that team pulled their pants down. They got outplayed in the game. They went to penalties. And they should not even have gone to penalties because they had the better players than Italy. You need to be beating the team in 90 minutes. And then he made decisions after that whereby he played for penalties. Then on the 120 minutes, he brings on Rashford and Sancho, players that don't know how the ball feels.
Your players.
To go and take a hot penalty when they don't know what the ball feels like.
Yeah.
It's the same thing with Man United's manager. In the final of the Europa, he is the one that let us down. It wasn't the players. It is him. He played for penalties. Anytime you play for penalties, you're taking the lottery. Because anyone can beat anyone. You'll get a championship team that can come and beat Manchester City in penalties. That's a given.
Yeah.
So when you're playing for penalties, it's a lottery, and that's what these managers will do to you. That's why Manchester United won't challenge. It's Chelsea, Liverpool, and City, as you said.
Okay, cool, man. And then the rest will follow. I think I'll also end around about 9th or 10th this season because there's a lot of teams in front of me. We still have Leicester now to worry about. And those, 9th or 10th. Realistically, that's Arsenal's position this season. Because have you seen what they signed? Have you seen what they signed? These no-name guys,
players.
Eh?
You're signing players that we don't know about. Who's these boys?
That's what I'm talking about. Lokonga and Tavares, all these no-name players, budget players, who's going to get racially abused if they don't win anything.
Oh, they're black players.
Yeah. You know almost how Arsenal go about doing their business. Apparently.
Which league they were playing in?
Okay, apparently this Tavares guy, he was playing for Porto in the Portugal league, and apparently he was one of the most promising left wing back. He comes in for cover for Kieran Tierney because we don't have cover for him. Apparently this guy has a rocket of a right foot and a rocket of a left foot, and apparently has space to burn. And he has a lot of attributes and qualities, but that we still have to see. And this Lukongo guy, I don't know where he came from, but apparently he was also in the Belgium squad for the Euros. He only got game time about 30 minutes somewhere. He's going to be the replacement for Granit Xhaka if Xhaka's move goes through to Rome. So let's just see how that one pans out. I just want to read this comment on the Evening Standard before we wrap up this little conversation about. Manchester United's preparation for the new season have now begun, and there will soon be another new face at Carrington. Jadon Sancho has effectively completed his 72.9 million transfer to Old Trafford, with an announcement to be confirmed the transfer schedule this week. Sancho 21 arrives at United's Carrington training complex on Tuesday for a medical and posed for promo shots that they become obligatory for a new signing. Yeah, let me just see where's the Varane links. Okay, nothing on Varane. Atletico eye Jesse Lingard apparently. Would you let him go?
Yeah, he won't make it in the squad. The squad got too much talent, too much ability, world class players. He can't make it past. For the betterment of his career, he's doing well at West Ham. He needs to go back there.
Okay. Rafael Varane is looking for a house in Manchester ahead of a possible move. Listen, man, if you're looking for a house, that about says it all, right?
Yep, yeah, I think we will get him. I'm sure we will get him. There's no one else in the market for him. No one will give him the wages that he wants. So yeah, I think we will get him.
Brandon, just this last little point. Chelsea's opening Haaland offer rejected. Chelsea have seen an opening offer from Borussia Dortmund striker rejected by the Bundesliga side. The deal reportedly including either Tammy Abraham or Callum Hudson-Odoi moving to the opposite direction. Man, if Chelsea is gonna buy this boy, then there's trouble. Then there's trouble because that's actually all they need. That's all they need currently.
Now, Derrick, I want to come to you. You said Jadon Sancho is performing in the Bundesliga, so you don't rate him. Now you're rating this boy.
Alan, I must.
No, you're contradicting yourself. Please tell me the reasoning. I want to know.
Okay, the reason for that is Haaland has showed me on international level what he can do. Through his youth ranks, he showed me what he can do. He showed me at RB Leipzig or the previous club that he was scoring and banging the goals in. He went to Borussia Dortmund, scoring and banging the goals in with that same attributes, with that same qualities. And I think he has a far higher ceiling than Jadon Sancho. Um, I'm tipping him or Mbappe for the next few Ballon d'Ors that's coming through. I don't see Jadon Sancho even coming near that. So Haaland and Mbappe, Haaland and Mbappe is going into that bracket. If Messi and Ronaldo gets out of the frame, then I think Haaland and Mbappe is going to be the next big thing. That's why I rate him. I know they struck up a good partnership in Dortmund. It was because of Sancho's assist that he has those numbers. But still, man, facts are facts. Jadon Sancho was in England. He ran away because he wasn't good enough for the City team. He wasn't good enough. That's why they let him go. So he went to Dortmund. He played in a Mickey Mouse league there. He went to Dortmund, getting some numbers, and now he's hyped up because he's an England international and he's 21 years old, and now he has a huge price tag, which is definitely going to weigh highly on him. I give it to you. If he doesn't perform the first 10 games, the fans are going to turn on him.
Yeah. I don't know if they'll turn on him because he's English. So there's a lot of patience that comes with English players. But I'm just saying, I agree with everything you're saying with Haaland. Haaland is a bad boy. Haaland he's top 3 best strikers in the world. Top 3. Easy. But I'm just saying, you also need to appreciate Sancho because they play in the same league. Sancho left City at the age of 18. There's no 18-year-old that's making it into City's team. Phil Foden, as good as he is, could not make it in City's team when he was a teenager. People were saying, Foden needs to go. Everybody was saying that because he wasn't getting minutes. Foden now is 20 years old. Only now he's breaking in. So Sancho could not wait that long. And Sancho made the right move. But let's see how it turns out. But yeah, if Chelsea get Haaland, I think, as you say, we in trouble. And I think they will get the league because that boy scores for fun. His minutes to goals ratio is the best in the Bundesliga. Better than Lewandowski.
It's crazy. Listen, Brandon, this has been really fun. Thank you again, man, for hooking up with me. It's been a while, and I really appreciate your your optimism and biased opinions on your players and on your club. Listen, man. I just wanna before we head out. I just wanna catch up. How's your channel doing? And where can the fans that's gonna watch this show afterwards see you?
For the fans, that's my YouTube channel. It's called For the Fans. We're growing not at a pace that I would love to grow, but there is growth. I think I'm on 481 subscribers now, so I need to make
Good,
my mark to 500.
good. How's your watch hours looking like?
They're not good. They're not good at all. I think I'll have 1,000 subscribers and my watch hours won't be ready to be monetized. So I need to
Okay.
work on the watch hours. It's not good, but
Yeah. You need to work. Listen, man. Just to give you a little tip, these live streams that we're doing, they automatically add to your watch time. And remember, even though people didn't watch it, it's still live and it goes to YouTube. So this adds to your watch time. I'm standing on about almost 2,000 hours watch time right now. So I'm halfway there. But the subscribers is also going a bit slow. I need to go on a campaign to get some more subscribers, which I think is going to happen. I think I'm going to hit the mark before the end of the year, although I'm not even at 200 subscribers yet. But you know how it goes. You need to find traction first. And once you have that initial traction, you will get the views. But listen, Brandon, it's been fun, man. Thank you very much. I hope to see you soon.
yeah.
And yeah, this is Aztec Soccer Salad Star signing out. Is there anything else you would like to say?
No, have a good day, guys.
Thank you, Brandon. Thanks for your time, man. Go well.
Yes. Bye.